motherfuckers. Stand over him, shoot him in the face. Say, no. Hey, listen, bro, you don't know me. I be this bitch tripping.
Don't messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper Free. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking no. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I'm making hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the counter when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. Can't do with them steppers, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our car. And I just made the call. We gon' start another war.
They killed. Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put millions of my house. Yes, you said, sir. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's
right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage is safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
All right, clap it up. We swap. Mm-hmm. All right, this is the Isupk. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Since 1969, we have been waking up Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians to our true culture according to the Bible, which is the real children of Israel. Of course, Blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians are now all over the world starting to understand the power within, that the name that the Lord has given us, which is Israel, and the things that we're doing to wake brothers up, man, is almost close to spectacular, man. It's like we're doing food drives, clothes drives. We're going into the prison systems. We got so much going on, and we seeing the fruits of our labors. Of course, the fruits of the labor that Commander General Yohana has, strived for. Right now, we're at an all-time high with, not only the brothers and sisters in the school, but all over the world is starting to become infectious. It's starting to become something that at one point in time didn't seem like it was even, even nowhere near, accomplishable, to now what you see today with all these brothers and sisters waking up. And even though we have some Israelite groups, which we are not affiliated with it by no means, but of course the pathway that they're taking is still letting people know that the blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians are the true Israelites according to the Bible. You understand? And I sent you that article, right? We'll go there first. Of course, we just had Mother's Day. I don't like to beat a dead horse, but I will for the sake of my brothers and sisters in the world. Mother's Day is such a filthy, disgusting holiday. Now, don't get me wrong. The Isupk has never said that we don't honor women. We honor women. You understand? That's the point. The point of it is that we honor women that are virtuous.
Right.
We honor women who deserves the honor that they get. You understand? Y'all don't. A lot of people don't see because they're not here for feast days and days where a lot of the sisters gather together. But these sisters get honored with flowers and wine. And we honor them just like y'all did yesterday. But the white man told y'all how to honor y'all mothers and the women that y'all approve of. We do it because these women are stand-up women. They feed, they teach the children. You know what I'm saying? And do a million other jobs you would never even understand unless you was in school.
Right.
You understand? If you could give me,
I got the article too, sir.
Give me an article first. What you got to realize is Mother's Day is a pagan holiday. I know you're going to say, well, it's just a day we reverence our mother. This is not, I'm telling you that every holiday that the white man puts out there, there is some wickedness behind it. There's something about worshiping one of their gods. It's always been that way. You understand? And that's why you have to open your eyes to what you're celebrating. The Lord doesn't want us to celebrate these customs and these holidays of the oppressor. But what they do is they decorate it. You understand? They decorate their holidays and make it look like it's something else other than what it really is. Well, Mother's Day is one of those other holidays. But I'm gonna take you back on a little history of the paganism behind Mother's Day. All right, read that.
Khan. This is Greek City Times. History of Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
The tradition of celebrating mothers and motherhood can be traced back to the ancient Greeks and Romans.
To the what?
The ancient Greeks and Romans.
This celebration of mothers, this goes all the way back to the ancient Greeks and Romans. You understand? When you think Mother's Day just began, you think this is something that's in recent history that we started celebrating Mother's Day. And this is actually another pagan custom from the Greeks and the Romans. Read.
Khan. Ancient Greeks and Romans who held festivals in honor of the mother goddesses Rhea and Celebi.
Let me see where you at. Rhea, mother's.
Celebi.
Yep.
Sabili.
So this is a custom in Rome, and of course Greece. In Greek mythology, you have all these gods. You have the Zeuses and Poseidons, and Rhea was the mother of the gods. You understand? And what they did was they created a day to celebrate the mother of all the gods. You understand? This is why I tell you that a lot of these holidays are wicked, because they are celebrating other gods. If you don't believe that if you celebrate Mother's Day, that you're not celebrating another god, this is telling you right here. This is where it stemmed from. You're celebrating Greek gods. Go ahead.
You want the whole entire article, sir?
No.
I got a part that you probably want.
I just want that part with the flowers. Is that the one? Yeah,
That's the one
that's
I'm
what I
looking
want.
at, Most High Christ. Over time, the Mothering Sunday tradition shifted into a more secular holiday.
So it shifted more into something that we can understand. Christianity always turns something that was pagan and it makes it Christian-like, or how the Christian church will fall into anything as long as you can put the white Jesus in front of it. You understand? Read.
Khan. And children would present their mothers with flowers and other tokens of appreciation.
It said the children would what?
Present their mothers with flowers and other tokens of appreciation.
These children are not giving their mothers flowers and other tokens of appreciation. This is the same thing we do on Mother's Day. This is the same thing, not we, because of course in the school we don't celebrate Mother's Day, but the world celebrates this Mother's Day that has, conspired. Let me tell you something. Anytime, you don't give a woman something, you know what's gonna happen. So now you have the whole world afraid to not give their mother something on Mother's Day because they think it's gonna be a repercussion behind it. You understand? I didn't even talk to my mom on Mother's Day. You know, I called it a day because one thing you can't, especially in the ISUPK as priests, one thing you can't do is entertain any of these holidays either, because your mother be the one. You usually be having to call your mom every single time you talk to her, and then it so happens that on this day when you don't celebrate it, she gonna be calling your phone. You understand? Go ahead.
So like, if I could, what you bringing out, sir, you make a very heavy point as far as like, if you don't give women something on this day, you feel like it's gonna be some type of, some confrontation. And you're exactly right, because I'm seeing women being honored for Mother's Day. And me personally, I know a situation personally. So this ain't me on the outside looking in. I know a situation personally where somebody's being honored as a mother. And I've been monitoring this situation for like 5 years. And she has never been close to being a mother.
Good night.
But she's the first one to, oh, thank you, and crying, and people don't understand and how hard it is to be a mother. And I'm looking around and I'm seeing you not be a mother. I'm not talking about doing something spectacular. I'm not talking about you should be doing something with a whole world standing up and paying. I'm talking about simple things: dinner, homework, giving the kids a bath,
right?
Culminate simple stuff,
right? This
is what I'm seeing you not do. I'm not talking about something that's got to be brought to everybody's attention,
right?
Shalakia.
No, you good. And them the same ones that saying happy birthday to me. But you out there, you twerking in public, you dressing like whores. You understand? You sleep around with everybody. Men, women, doesn't even really matter. You having temper tantrums like you a child.
Right.
And and then you can't even keep a man in the house. How can you honor a woman who through wickedness and deception have this man kicked out of her home? And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking to you sisters whose men just left. You understand? Some men are cowards. Unfortunately, we have men that are cowards. I'm talking to you women who has deceived and slept around and angered this man so much that you literally pushed him out the door of the household, away from his kids, and then put him on child support. So, in knowing what type of situation he in, so he can be locked up for 15 years for not paying child support, man.
Right.
That's wicked. And those are the women we're talking about today. Versus the women that we have in the school, which are virtuous women. Those women, are more precious than rubies, man. Like the Bible says. Those are women that get honored by us, by real men of the Lord. I guarantee you, those Israelite groups yesterday was bringing their mama's flowers when the Bible says don't celebrate the customs of the heathen.
Right.
Yet we sit here and celebrate the customs of the heathen. You understand? If you could, give me Exodus 2:10.
Come.
And here's the thing, if you really celebrate Mother's Day, you hate your mother every other day. And that one day that you celebrate and give her all her glory and her tokens and her flowers and chocolates and whatever you give your mama, it just shows that you're trying to make up for how horrible of a child you are to your mother. That's what you're trying to do. You're making up for not being there with your mother. You're making up for not coming to take out the trash. You're making up for all the horrible, disgusting things that you felt you've done to your mother as you were growing up. When in all actuality, it's a learned behavior. It's learned. You understand? And what it does is it puts you in a situation where if you don't give your mother something every year, that she is going to turn into a monster on you. That's what's going to happen. Read that. And look, like I said, in the UPK, we honor women. The Bible tells us we can honor women. It tells us you can honor your mother. It tells you can honor your mother. But I'm going to show you the difference today of the women that we honor and the mothers that we honor versus the one that y'all honored yesterday. Read.
I'm right. You say Exodus 2:10?
20 and 12.
20 and 12. Come. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother.
It says what?
honor thy father and thy mother.
So don't think that because we telling you that you weren't supposed to celebrate Mother's Day, we telling you that because you're celebrating the pagan custom. We never said that you ain't supposed to love your mother. We never said you ain't supposed to have honor for your mother. In fact, the Lord tells you that it is commanded that you honor your father and your mother. Why does it say do that? Read.
Honor thy mother, so like honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
It says honor your father and your mother, so your days, so you can live longer. Because the sisters that are mothers in this school and the brothers that are fathers in this school, they're going to teach you how to take the breath of life, how to live. You understand? The Lord has given us the opportunity to live and to live a very long time. If you don't smoke weed and cigarettes, you won't get cancer. That's the way you live longer. You don't kill your brother. That's the way you live longer. You don't have sex with your brother's wife. You'll live longer because your brother's gonna come in there and shoot both of your brains out. Your mother and your father teach you those morals that the Most High has taught them, and what ended up happening is we lost that. We lost the laws, statutes, and commandments in our hearts, in our mind. That now we're honoring wicked women. But if we would have followed our mothers and our fathers, like the men and women that was in the Bible that we're gonna go over, then we will be living a prosperous life. We will be living long lives. The Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian man, health-wise, has the shortest lifespan. Health-wise, you know why? And before we even go there, the white man smokes cigarettes. The chain smokers, they eat pork, they eat shrimp and crab and lobster. If you go by statistically, just in America, it's more than us. So why are they not dying at an alarming rate like we're dying at an alarming rate from doing the same exact thing? That's because the punishment is for you when you break the law. It's not for them. They can eat whatever the hell they want. The Lord don't care what they eat, but the Lord cares what you eat. And when you don't eat what He told you to eat, He's going to punish you for it. This is why I said, when you honor your mother, your father, and your mother, your days will be long, because the Lord will not punish you with death if you listen to Commander Jerry Yohana.
That's
Captain
right.
Malachi, when them brothers say, stop going out in the street and killing your brothers. Come into the school and learn how to be one. Then you will live longer. Ask all the men in here who came from the streets. They'll tell you, I never knew I would be here, 3 years, 4 years once I got in school. Now them brothers are thriving as priests of the Lord. And the Lord is with them now. You understand? Read. That was it on that?
That was it on that, sir.
All right, no sweat. Give me Job 39 and 16. Matter of fact, no. Give me Proverbs 31, 1, and just go to 3. I'm going to show you what a real woman, a real mother who should be honored. I'm going to show you what a real mother in the school, especially in the truth. This is what women should be honored. You understand? We have mothers in here that should be honored. But mothers in here would do what this mother did. You understand? Read.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
Give not that.
One. Start
You
one.
want to start at one?
Yep.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 1. The words of King
Lemuel. Go ahead.
The prophecy that his mother taught him.
That his who?
That his mother taught him.
Now his mother is going to teach him a prophecy. Because what you don't understand is, as a child, your mother is the one that teaches you, right?
Right.
She's the one that shows you how to grow and be like your father. Who knows your father better than your mother? Your mother and your father is one with each other. Your mother's job is to teach men, teach boys how to be like their father, and how to teach the little girls how to be like her, virtuous like her. You understand? And this is what this mother is about to do right now. Read.
Verse 2. What, my son? And what, the son of my womb?
Read that again. That's a question.
What, my son?
Mm-hmm.
And what, the son of my womb?
Yeah, this he said, what, my son? What, the son of my womb? She's asking this question. Read.
And what, the son of my vow?
And what, the son of my vows? What is a vow? A vow is a it's a promise to the Lord. When you vow, that is it's different from an oath. The oath is you promising something to the Lord in front of people. That's an oath. That means there's witnesses. Your vow is to the Lord. You understand? This is so her vow to the Lord was she's going to teach her son. She's going to make sure that he grows up wise. She was a virtuous woman. He's gonna grow up wise. And you understand? This was her vow to the Lord. Read.
Verse 3. Give not thy strength.
Give what?
Give not thy strength.
Go ahead.
Unto women.
It says, give not thy strength unto women. Now, this is this brother's mother. Now, you think we harsh because we say that you ain't supposed to celebrate Mother's Day. This mother understood that you ain't supposed to celebrate Mother's Day. She told her son, don't give your strength to women. Don't do that. Which means his mother was not being a monster to his daddy. You understand? This brother grew up to be a king. And his mother was teaching him, don't give your strength to a woman. Read.
Know thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Nor your ways to something that destroys kings. Man, who did this before in the Bible? Solomon. Solomon gave his strength to a woman. In his ways, he started picking up cultures from other nations, and they destroyed Solomon. It turned the nation around. It was the last greatness that the nation had was under King Solomon, and it was because as a king, you cannot allow a woman to take your strength. What is your strength? Your strength is the law, statutes, and commandments, man.
That's right.
Once you start breaking tradition in your culture, in the laws and the statutes that was given to you, they take your strength. What is our strength? Where?
Like you said, so it's like our strength is our law, statutes, and commandments, which makes us be upright as men, and as Israelite men, priests and prophets. We be upright, we be wise. We follow what the law, statutes, and commandments tell us to do. That makes us wise men. But just to add on to what you're saying, like you just brought out, the women, like you got women that teach their sons not to deal with certain women, but they trying to convince men to deal with them while teaching their sons not to deal with a woman that's like them. It's a bunch of confusion.
Damn right.
It's a bunch of confusion. Like you have 2 or 3 kids by 2 or 3 different men. Now you get a son, let's say he's successful at sports or whatever he may be. Now you're teaching him, don't deal with a woman who got 2 or 3 kids or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, you're telling another man that's successful, that may have been taught the same thing by his mother,
right,
that it's okay to deal with you, and you got 2 or 3 different. Like it's so much crazy confusion.
Damn right.
And that's why this scripture that you brought out is so heavy, because like you just said, if we learn this from our mothers, all of us when we're younger, we won't be in a situation, because this is for daughters too.
Damn
we won't be in a situation where we having kids.
Damn right.
That our daughters won't be in a situation where they're having kids by 2 or 3 different men. Because why? Because they're in the household learning the same thing. They understand.
And that's the point of it. The point of it is, any mother who loves her son would tell her son these things.
All right.
If you truly loved your son, you would tell your son to not let. And what does it mean to not give your strength to women? That means if the Lord say don't celebrate the customs of the oppressor, just because he put your mother's name on the holiday, don't mean that you're supposed to celebrate it.
That's right.
That's how you let women take your strength. I know you love your mother. I understand that. I believe it wholeheartedly. I believe you love your mother. The thing is, if you really loved your mother, you would not celebrate Mother's Day. According to the Bible, love is following the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
The law, statutes, and commandments say do not follow the customs of heathens. Point blank. And this mother right here just pretty much summed it up in a nutshell and told him, don't follow a woman. If you follow a woman, she's gonna destroy a king. You know what a king represents? Even in the Bible and even till today, a king represents somebody of nobility, somebody who's very noble and has a lot of experience with situational experience. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like the president. They know the people, they know the customs, they keep their culture. When you allow a woman to take you out of your culture, you've lost your strength. You understand? Any more on that?
Live, sir. You want that goes into
Don't worry about that. You can drop that. Give me Joe 39 and 16. Like I said, don't get it twisted. We love us some women in here. You understand? There's brothers that love women so much that they'll go get 4 and 5 of them.
right.
They love them so much. You understand? And when we say love, we go by the Bible on how to love our women. You understand? You have to honor your woman if you're married to her. You have to honor. It ain't the honor of the world. You know, the honor of the world is if you cheat on me, then you dishonored me. That's what women in the world think, and that's a childish thought. I say this all the time. Women think childish because women, they just like a child when they get a toy and you let your cousins come over. You don't mess with it. You don't even really pay attention to that toy until your cousin come over. Then as soon as your cousin go and grab the toy, then you want to go cry and talk about, that's my toy.
Right.
Put it down. That you see how childish that sounds when a woman is talking about, that's my man. If that's your man, then just accept him as your man. The jealousy of your heart is what loses a lot of good men in relationships because you're jealous. You understand? You've been westernized, and of course, westernization says that you can only have one woman. So of course, we look at it as okay, no sweat, no one woman, and we live miserably because the one woman we have don't want to do nothing. Well, in school, I pray you do something because if you don't, that man is going to find another woman, and whatever you're not doing, she's going to do. You understand? And not only that, with that, these brothers in their school is going to keep those women. We're not running. We don't leave households. We don't get pushed out by monsters. We ain't scared of monsters under the bed. You understand? This is what makes us true prophets of the Lord. And most high willing, when Christ returns, we get rewarded for having the love for our women and the honor for our women that we do. Because these women in the Isupk absolutely deserve it.
That's
you understand? Right. Read.
Khan, the book of Job, chapter 39 and verse 16.
Let me get that with you, Salak. No, go ahead.
Khan. She is hardened.
She is what?
She is hardened.
This is what your mother is today. Your mother is hardened. She's stuck in her ways. She don't care about the fact that you need a father in the household. She don't care about the fact that you need a man to raise you up. She don't care of the fact that she need a man to guide her on how to raise her children. The statistics don't lie. Single family households in Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian households is at the top of the list. They're at the top of the list. And the most destroyed people in the world is Blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians. We're at the top of the list of destruction. Why do you think that is? It's because we have no guidance. Of course, our Christian pastors have utterly destroyed us. They done took the man out. They done took men and made them feminine, and took the women and made them just what they call them queens and everything now. You understand? The Christian church has destroyed the Black community, and all they are a representation of the white man. They're a representation of our our oppressors. This is why we're in the position we're in today. This is why men are getting kicked out of the house, so Bishop Porkchop can have your woman. This is the reason why the man is being kicked out of the house, so the oppressor can make sure that you have no leadership. The Bible says in order to bind a strong house, you got to bind that strong man. Once you take him out the house, it's easy. Why do women want to say they're so independent and I can do this by myself and I can do bad all by myself? When you're struggling, we see it. We see it. Go ahead.
So, like, if I could, what you bringing out is so heavy because what you just said, like, we could see women struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's clear to men.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what our women don't understand. We see things a lot clearer than y'all do because we're not going through life trying to prove something to, like, we're not trying to prove that we're a man.
Right.
We know we're a man. We know we're supposed to lead. But you women, you trying to prove that you can be a woman and be the leader of the household, which that's not your job.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your job. And then when you get up in age and you get older, and then you're bitter, okay, now because you didn't put your man out of the house, so now you're bitter, you're older, and now you're raising our younger women
Mm-hmm.
to grow and follow the same footsteps that you done went through. And a lot of them are starting to wake up. I mean, a lot of them, they are following you, but a lot of them are starting to wake up and say, well, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
If I follow your plan, then your plan got you here right now in the house by yourself, angry with men.
Damn right.
And a lot of women understand that they want a man, they need a man. A lot of our women understand that, but you bitter women sitting up here leading our women, our young girls, our young daughters down this road to bitterness that they already that gave up a lot of them.
Hey, most of these girls are freaknik babies. Your mama was that freaknik. And then you grew up and said, it's my body, my choice. I can wear what I want. Can't no man tell me nothing. Well, let me tell you something. Your mama was in freaknik and a man was leading her right into the bedroom.
That's right.
And now here's the worst part of it. You're responsible for yourself all the way up until the point where you get pregnant. Then is your body, and this man better make sure he's there for his child. When he's been telling you he ain't want to have no baby in the first place. He's been telling you I don't want to get you pregnant. You done scammed him and said you was on birth control, and then the brother is stuck in a situation where, he's with a monster forever and he has to deal with her. And he possibly may go to jail because he don't pay child support because he's not going to be with that woman.
Right.
And when he disowns that woman and that child, she's going to put him on child support, and the police is going to come knocking on his door because he can't support his child and put him in jail for not being able to support his child. You understand? You got to understand how the system is working. It's working to go against Black families, Hispanic families, and North American Indian families. And it's all because that woman has hardened. She has hardened her heart. She don't even accept the fact that a father in the household will save the household. She just got hard on. Like she don't care about the kids. You don't love your kids if you don't keep a man in your household. If you don't keep a man in your household, don't get me wrong. As I said, it's cowards that walk out. But if you don't try your best to keep your man in your household for the kids' sake, forget your feelings, then you don't love them kids. At least try. At least try to get that kid some guidance. You understand?
That's
Keep
right.
on going.
Come.
You start at the top. You start at the top.
Come. Job chapter 39 verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
She is hardened against her young ones.
Against who?
Against her young ones.
Why does it say she's hard against her young ones? Like I just said, because if she really loved her young ones, she would make sure that man stays home. You understand? That is a form of abuse that you don't even understand. That's dealing wisely with our people by kicking that Black man out the house. Read.
Come. As though they were not hers.
As though those kids weren't even hers. You understand? That's when you don't protect your child as a mother. That's the lowest of the low. That's like saying I don't care about my kids. When you kick that Black man out of the household, that shows that you don't love your kids. Like we just said. Go ahead.
Come. Her labor is in vain without fear.
Her labor is in vain without fear. Her labor was just for show. It was just I got kids. You understand? And what was the last part?
Without fear.
Without no fear, man. She don't care what happened to them damn kids. She don't care what happened to them kids. All you mothers that's out there that got these teenage kids, they just walk on the streets 13, 14 years old till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You don't fear enough for your kids to even love them. Like my child will never be out at 1 o'clock in the morning. Never. I don't care if it ain't with me and I'm doing something for the school or something like that. But my child will never be out there because I want to protect my child. You're a horrible mother if you don't have fear enough fear in you to love your child. And what that means sometimes you have to take the bullet. You have to be able to say, you know what, even though he has another woman, I'm going to keep him in the household because he's doing something for my family that will benefit my children.
Right.
You understand? Sometimes you got to stop looking at that other woman. All you see is him, putting rod in another woman. That's all in your head. That's all that's playing. And that in your head means more than your children growing up the correct way. When you see the statistics behind single parent households with mothers, it was like the highest in drug use. We were the highest in suicides. We were the highest in gang affiliation. We was the highest in every category of crime. And why is that? Because who is the person who establishes punishment inside of a house? That's a man. And he establishes the law in the house and gives it to you. And you give it to them. And when they don't follow it, he punishes them for not following the law, just the same way as the Father does with us.
Right.
You understand? Did you have something like that?
Nah, I just think you won't say what you saying is so heavy, sir.
No, go
I
ahead.
believe verse 17 gonna bring me.
Oh yes, I want a 17 anyway.
Come, sir.
Go ahead.
Christ. Verse 17. Because God hath deprived her of wisdom.
Because what?
God hath deprived her of wisdom.
Now, how do you get wisdom as a woman? Go ahead.
By listening and following your man.
By listening, the Bible says the head of every household is the man, and then under him is the woman. Now, if you don't have a head, then how do you get the wisdom? You can't get wisdom if you skip a step.
That's right.
You understand? And this scripture is breaking it down perfectly. That the Lord deprived her of wisdom because she decided to take the man out of the household. She just threw away her wisdom and how to raise her kids and how to be a humble woman, how to be kind, and how to do all these things, all because he has another woman in his life that you don't even have to be a part of. Leave that man alone and let him run your household the way a man's supposed to run your household.
Damn right.
Read.
Con. Because God hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted her to understanding.
Neither has he what?
Imparted her to understanding.
He didn't even give her the understanding of the wisdom that man gives you. It gives you the wisdom and the understanding of two things. It gives you the wisdom of how to make sure that your family grows successfully, and it gives you the understanding of if you don't do it correctly according to the Lord, the punishment you're going to get.
Right.
And right now, our women are running around and they don't understand why their children are dying at an enormous rate. They don't understand why their children are gangbangers and drug dealers and drug users.
Right.
And they can't keep them in the house and Pookie getting shot every week. They don't understand why the punishment is coming on them. That's because the Lord has not gave you the understanding. You understand? You don't want a man in the house. You would have had some understanding. You come into this school, you'll get the understanding of why Pookie keep getting shot.
That's right.
You're going to get the understanding of why all of your kids are on drugs. Why there's no graduating kids in your house. You'll understand why the Lord did not give you this wisdom is because you are independent. You don't need a man. You don't need anybody to tell you what to do. It's your body, your choice. Whatever I want to do, I want to do. You ain't my daddy. And here's the biggest point of that. Your daddy wasn't even your daddy. Because he got kicked out of the house by your mama. Why you think you act the way that you act?
Right.
You understand? Which is so crazy how it trickles. It's how it's a trickling effect. I'm afraid to see what the babies today are where they're gonna be at in the next 10 years. I'm afraid to see what the 10-year-old is gonna be at 20. Because it seems like the punishment gets worse as we move on. The Lord is truly beating us down until we get this right. That's why I'm so, passionate about telling you, sisters, we love sisters. We love you. We honor you. But come in here and do what a sister's supposed to do. Stop being like them heathens. Them heathens don't have moral codes. They don't have any morality.
That's right.
Nothing happens to them when they become whores. Nothing happens to them. But when you become a whore, you get abducted. We got Blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians that's abducted every single day. You understand? You gotta wake up, sis. We ain't trying to bash you. I know is sisters out there. It's like all y'all do is bash women. All y'all do is yell. And well, here's the problem. The Lord said, "Cry loud and spare nobody's feelings." And when it comes to building up my people and my sisters and my brothers, I will not spare your feelings because I'm loud. Because I love you too much. Go ahead.
So like if I could, what you saying is so right.
Right.
Because like our women so used to being praised that when you tell them the truth, it sounds like bashing.
Mm-hmm.
When you're only telling them the truth. Like there's not no personal feeling you have. We getting this right out of the Bible.
Right.
Word for word.
Right.
It's not a personal, it's not our personal
attack,
feeling.
right.
But you so used to, oh, hello, queen, hello, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Or you without your mother, you wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
And you so used to hearing that when somebody finally tells you the truth, instead of you understanding it's the truth, you think it's a personal attack.
Mm-hmm.
So that I just want to say that.
No, you absolutely correct. And here's the even heavy part about it. All these women that's getting honored on Mother's Day, let a single father say that he should be honored for Mother's Day. But every woman that's a single parent believes that she should be getting honored on Mother's Day and Father's Day. Now you're just an attention whore. Now you're the mother and the father. Now you're just both of them. And that is ridiculous that you would ever think like that. Because the only thing that America has ever done is found a way to put black women and black men against each other. You understand? Of course, the Bible says honor your mother and your father, but now we honoring Jackie as on Father's Day. I heard this on the radio earlier, and they was talking about everything that they did on Mother's Day yesterday, and it was like I heard I forget which radio, it was on 92.3, but one of the radio personalities, he was like, "Man, I respect women so much because I gave her a day off yesterday, and I didn't cook the food right. I didn't change diapers correctly. I don't know how she keep on watching the kids." I said, so you spent your day yesterday being a woman, trying to do with women? You thought you was gonna be successful being a mother when you've never been a mother? So the whole point of Mother's Day is for the father to be a mother and let the mother go have sex with every man who go over she gonna open her legs up to. That's what I don't know. Am I getting this correctly? Like I don't know, Carl. Let me know, man. Are we supposed to be mothers on Mother's Day? That's what you see how the white man has he's used everything to turn us feminine, man. Go ahead,
if I could, you just took the words. You just said what I was just finna say. Like that's what we think.
Mm-hmm.
We think on Mother's Day we supposed to take on their role. That's what we think. We think, okay, it's Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give her a break.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do everything that she does. So you just said what I was gonna say.
Look, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like how you go? You said this brother said. He said I was trying to cook for the kids. The kids wouldn't eat my food. He was like, I was changing diapers and put the diaper all backwards. I said, good night, man. This brother he was just a woman for a day. Which in the minds of black men, what does that tell black men? It's acceptable to be a woman, even if it's just for a day. And then that's how that starts to build the stereotype of the black man, because now we've become the effeminate. And when your wife sees you do that, when your wife sees you become a mom for one day, she looks down on you. I hope you realize that. She looks at you like, he can't even get this right. Like it doesn't make you look better. It makes you look worse. You understand, Carl? And that's why I'm like, when I heard that, man, I just turned it. I said, I'm not gonna listen to this, man. This brother just sat here and said, I appreciate my wife so much because she's a mother. Well, you're a father. Well, she has a job, you have a job. She can't do your job. When a robber busts in your front door, push her up front and say, here, go kill yourself for us. You do that and watch what she gonna do. Now she's gonna be like, no, you go. You the man. You the man. She knows her place. The oppressor has made you confused about what your place really is in the home. Go ahead.
Like if I could, I don't want. Isn't it her job to be a mother?
That's the point. The point is, your job is to be a mother. It's like my daughter. My daughter, she goes to school. She gets good grades. No lie. Every time every report card since she has been a little child, she just came back and said, look, Daddy, I got good grades. You gonna give me some money? And I tell her no. She was like, but my grandma gave me money. I said, I'm not giving you money. I'm not paying you to do something that you're supposed to do. I'm gonna pay you to get knowledge. I'm gonna pay you to get good grades. You go to school to get good grades. I don't send you to school to get F's.
Right.
So I'm gonna pay you for doing what you're supposed to do. Right. This is what the brother is saying. You're supposed to be a mother. What are we doing here? Like, what am I missing? What am I missing, God? Am I missing something? Like, I'm supposed to be a father. That's why we call every man who walks out on his family a coward. He gets a dishonorable discharge according to the military.
Damn right.
You get a dishonorable discharge for being a father, and you walk out on your children and your wife. You understand? The same thing with a mother. All you can get is a dishonorable discharge. Everything else you're supposed to do. In the gates, the people in the gates, the community, they're gonna honor you. You don't have to, put yourself in the limelight to be honored.
Right.
You can't even let the people honor you. I don't know how many Happy Mother's Day to me posts I saw yesterday. It was so many. Happy birthday to me. You can't even wait for the people to say happy Mother's Day to you. You got to let the world know that you gonna honor you, and everybody else should honor you too. You understand? Go ahead. Is anyone on that? You was in 17.
I was in 17, the end of 17, but everything you said, 18, it's a little heavy, but I believe 18, like.
I think I went to 18 too.
I think 18 is going to sell it.
Let's get it.
Con, the book of Job, chapter 39 and verse 18. Mm-hmm. What time she lifted up herself on high.
Man, these women, they lift it. I just said that, didn't I? I just said you go right on Facebook and say, Happy Mother's Day to me. It's my birthday, bitch. You lift yourself up high. This is the problem of calling themselves queens. And all these, I'm independent. I don't need no man. That's lifting yourself upon. That's lifting yourself high, man. You can't humble yourselves for a man. You can't humble yourselves enough to get a man. This is why you don't have a man, because you lift yourself up high. You don't know how to humble yourself down so you can keep a man. Read.
Con. She scorned the horse and his rider.
Good night. She scored the horse and his rider. What is the horse and his rider? Go ahead.
It's the man running the household.
You understand? It's the man riding.
He riding the horse. He running the situation, and you want to kill him for it.
Here's the thing about that.
Unalive.
No, here's the thing though. A woman, man, she want to score the person driving the boat, man. The person driving the car. The person who's ahead, who's in charge.
Right.
You understand? And the part about that makes it so wicked is that so many kids is watching these things happening, and they become their mothers, and they become their weak fathers. The same father who walked out the house. In Deuteronomy 28, it says that the man was going to be he was going to have an evil eye towards his children and his wife and the wife of his bosom. And the reason he has an evil eye towards them is because the way he was taught was not sufficient enough to raise a family. His father never taught him, no matter what, stay in that family unless she cheats on you, unless she whores on you. The mother was never taught that man is your husband, and no matter what, you got to stick by his side.
Right.
You understand? So the leadership that was before us have not taught us the correct way. Now we're being taught the correct way in the ISUPK under Commander Jerry Hana.
That's right.
Now we have a pathway to be the nation of people that the Lord intended us to be. You understand? Slocky, go ahead. If you could drop that now and give me. Was it any more? No, that was it. That was it. Give me Proverbs 31 and 10. And then we're gonna run past that second Maccabees for real quickly, because I know that's a heavy story and an honorable sister that should have been honored. These are the type of women that should be honored. In this school, we honor sisters like that, man. We honor sisters that love the Most High and love their husbands and love them to the point where, you know, they want to build their husbands up to be successful. We don't care about no money in here. Money is a defense, but it's also something that's not required when it comes to building a family structure. You know what's required when building this family structure? Following the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave you. Right. That is more precious than money and gold. That's more precious than anything on this earth for Blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians. And then here we practice that. And here our women are virtuous women, and they're the best at. I'm sorry, Salakia. I hate to, you know, toot the horns of our sisters in the school, but they deserve it. They deserve the honor that, you know, no one else in the world would give them. Everybody else want to talk about our sisters and, oh, y'all just submissive to y'all men, and y'all do whatever they tell y'all to do, and y'all let y'all men just go and sleep with anybody. The whole world is dissing our women while we're loving our women in here.
Right. We
care about our women. Ask our women, are we just leaving their household by the flock? Ask our women, is our child being raised correctly? I see so many posts on Facebook where the sisters in school are posting their children getting A's and B's and honor roll, and, you know, just so many academic achievements. That's because that sister is humble enough to keep some honor in her family, and those children are watching that and want to set the same example. You understand? Read.
That's right. The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Mm-hmm. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can find a virtuous woman? I found one. You understand? It's brothers in here that found virtuous women. Who can find one? Read.
For her price is far above rubies.
Her not only is her price above rubies, it said it's far above rubies. You know, rubies are expensive. I don't know if anybody understands what a ruby is. Rubies are expensive. A real ruby. And this says that she is her price. What she's worth is farther than that. It's so far. It didn't even give an example of how. It just said it's far above rubies. Read.
Verse 11. Mm-hmm. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her.
He said the heart of her husband does safely trust in her. What does that mean for her? The heart of her husband to safely trust in her.
So, like, sir, if I could, like a virtuous woman, like you could trust a virtuous woman because she understands that her husband is the head of the household. Mm-hmm. So whatever the way he leads, he knows that she's going to do what she needs to do and supposed to do without fail. So he's not out worried about if she's screwing some other guy because she's a virtuous woman. She's more concerned about following her out of one. That's what she's concerned about. So the man leading, she's going to follow, and she's going to bring in. She's going to bring in bread. Mm-hmm. She's not going to be out here talking about, well, he got to make this and make that. No, she's going to follow his instruction, and she's going to be like, and I got this as well.
Mm-hmm. Damn right. Not only that, just to piggyback off what you said, when it says safely trust her, if we not focused on protecting our family and protecting our nation, we're unsafe.
Right.
So if we're so worried about what she's doing and the things that she's doing, how can we safely protect our nation and protect that family and be what the Lord meant us to be, which is the protection of our communities? You understand? We don't have leaders in our communities today because they too busy, whoring around. We don't have protectors in our communities because they watching what their wives doing and trying to make sure that she's satisfied and going to get roses at Walmart. While you going to get roses at Walgreens, there's somebody kicking in your door at the house. You understand? Your household is not safe because of the fact that this man doesn't trust you. His heart, of course in this school we understand that his mind is not trusting you enough to be able to do his job. And even with that, sometimes when you don't trust a wife like that, and even if you don't have clear-cut evidence, you will look at that woman and say, is this even worth it? Is it even worth it protecting her? You understand? Go ahead, keep on going.
Come. The heart of her husband doeth trust. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her.
Go ahead.
So that he shall have no need of spoil.
He don't have to have no need of spoil, man. What does it mean to have need of spoil? We know what spoil mean, right? What does it mean to have no need of spoil?
So sir, he don't need, like you just said, he don't need the extra. He don't need the extra. Be worried about the extra when he can focus on keeping his house safe. Right. So the spoil would be him worrying about if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. That's what he focused on. You out, I don't know, messing around or not doing what you're supposed to do. So he trying to get you flowers to keep you from doing what you shouldn't supposed to be doing
in the first place.
And not
only that, what is spoiled? You understand when a woman isn't virtuous, your relationship, that woman becomes spoiled because you allow her to be spoiled, because you let her go and be with her ratchet friends, and they get to go to the club, and no matter how much of a sister this sister is and cares about her husband, if it's my body, my choice, with all them sisters that she hang with, in her head, that demon is gonna start waking up and saying, "It's my body, my choice." No matter if she understands that the law, statute, and commandments say your body is not your own.
That's right.
The Bible says your body is not your own; it's your husband's. So when did the world start breaking it down to blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians that it's your body, your choice? Well, you can blame it on good old Margaret Sanger and the Christian pastors who rolled right on the bandwagon with her to put all these Planned Parenthoods in every single black, Hispanic, and North American Indian city in America. You can blame it on her because Margaret Sanger is the reason that your baby mama said, "I can do whatever I want. This is my body."
Right.
She's why. You let the oppressor get you once again. I'll be looking at it like, dang, man, they like Mayweather against us, man. I feel like they undefeated. They gotta be. They gotta be. If they wasn't undefeated, then we'd be out of the jam. You understand? Go ahead.
If I could, they got them. They got them again.
Yeah,
they got them again because now what we dealing with now? We're dealing with now. Well, he can't have this many kids. He got to be making this much money, and he definitely can't be in the truth. He can't be in Isupk.
That's what he can't do. He can't drive a bus either.
He can't drive a bus.
If he drive a bus, I'll tell you, hey, look, the brother just put in the group chat today a city job, Chicago CTA bus driver job, and I think it said like $38 an hour. Since you don't want a brother that's making $38 an hour, you do the math. You do the math on 38, and if the brother get any type of overtime or double time, good night. The brother, he's making a good load of money. Go ahead.
So, like, if I could, they did a survey on TikTok, and they asked a certain amount of women, would you want a perk popping drug dealer or a brother who works 9 to 5?
You about to tell me how this went? I don't even want to hear. But go ahead.
It was bad.
They all went.
They all went for the perk popping drug dealer.
You know why? Here's the horrible understanding of why they would rather have the perk popping, pill popping guy. Because as long as he doing something he ain't supposed to be doing, I can do stuff that I ain't supposed to be doing. She always has the one up on you. The 9 to 5 guy, she ain't gonna be able to do anything she want to do with him. He gonna come home from work. She gonna have to cook him food. She gonna have to put his clothes out. She gonna have to do all these things that an honorable man should get. She don't want to be an honorable woman.
Right.
She wants to be a woman that's not honored. To her, honor is I get to do what I want to do.
Right.
That's what honor is to those type of women. Go ahead.
And if I could, to show you how slow to the game a lot of women are, they tend to think when you say a brother's a drug dealer, he has money. Being from the block, all drug dealers don't have money, sis.
Oh, good night.
I'm telling you right now, all drug dealers don't have money.
Not only do they not have money, if they do have money, they are so much invested in their own vanity that you won't get it, sis.
Damn right.
You're not gonna get that money.
Not getting.
Guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna make himself look so awesome and so good. When he look in the mirror, he gonna know he just fresh. And guess what he gonna do? He gonna go get him another one. He's just gonna go get him another one. If you ain't satisfied, you're gonna go get another one. You're gonna leave him. He's gonna go to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. You're not a priority to that brother, sis. That's why, it's probably more wise to pick 9 to 5 guy. He'll be a little boring. Spice it up. But the 9 to 5 guy is probably the more wise choice. You understand? Go ahead.
Like if I could, I don't know. We in here doing 9 to 5s and we ain't nowhere near being boring.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, man. If you get one of these priests, and prophets and Isupk, believe me, you're gonna have a lot of good times, sis. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. I pray you understand. Slog, yeah, keep going. Keep on that.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12.
You got it.
She will do him good and not evil.
She will what?
She will do him good and not evil.
Which means don't sit here and try to put your man on child support. You kick him out the house and then put him on child support. That's evil. You tell him he can't see his children, but you want him to pay you money every month. That's evil. Because the brother got another woman. Oh, if a brother get another woman, even if y'all ain't together, if a brother get another woman, you ain't about to have my kids over there with her. The brother can't even see his children, man. But then you want to go send the brother to court to pay child support. That's wicked. That's evil. I don't know what some of these sisters be thinking. Like they think that when they put a brother on child support, that they're gonna actually get something out of it. The government takes a lot of the child support. You will get some, but at the end of the day, you still don't have enough to suffice. Here's the problem with that. Even with the little bit that you got, you're still struggling, sis. You have no guidance and a man to tell you don't spend that money on that. You spend half of your doggone money on getting your hair and nails done and eyebrows and this new thing with the baby hair swoop and all that. You spend more time paying for that. That child get a pack of Pampers, some Pop-Tarts, and a Go-Gurt. That's it. And you go and you whore look like a whore throughout the streets because a man has spent his hard-earned money because you put him on child support. He sent it to it for his kids, and now you get a new lace front. Good, like what sis? Like all you had to do was keep the man. He would have just went to work, gave you the money when he came home, and you could have looked as beautiful as possible. And your kids would have got more than Pop-Tarts. Like I don't get it. Go ahead, Slog.
No. What you saying is so heavy because it's like he would have gave you the money.
That's the point.
You going out here and you gonna do him dirty because you hanging out with a bunch of women who can't keep a man, and they get in your head, which wakes up your demon, and your demon is riding you. And instead of you valuing what you got going on in the house, you listening to the demon. You already been getting all these things. You wasting time hanging with bitter women. They jealous of you.
Damn right.
When guess what? They waiting to screw your man. That's what they want to do. When they start talking about you to your man, guess what they doing? They're hoping to run into him somewhere, and they will screw him right then and right there.
Damn right.
They will do it, and then they'll come to you and they'll laugh in your face.
Yep.
there and say, sis, you don't need them, and they hoping you get rid of them, and then you won't hear from sis no more, and then you'll see sis with your man.
Damn, and not only that, look, here's the most crazy part about it. Women don't even understand that the demon, all women have demons. Everybody has demons. We all have them. Those sisters are so naive to believe, oh, we just doing this and we just going here and we just going there. You don't understand that demon is on your back, and he's just waiting for the right opportunity to meet the other demons. I don't know if demons like congregating too. They have a congregation, and when they congregate, you know, they make sure that they get it in. And when your demon that you have been, how do I want to say it? You have been creating a space for where your demon can't thrive in. And now when you go over here to this space that your demon can thrive in, guess what he's going to do? He's going to make you think that what you're doing is not wrong. He's going to make you think that, oh, I'm just twerking with my girlfriends. I ain't dancing with no man. That is not a virtuous woman. Sticking your tail, your funky tail out and twerking it all up in the air for every man who's walking around the room to see. It's not virtuous, sis. You understand? You going out there and being drunk and sloppy and hugging and doing all these things with other men that's not virtuous. You understand? That's why I love the sisters in this school, because the sisters in this school, I don't care how drunk they get. Them sisters they going home to their man.
That's right.
And these sisters ain't gonna allow them to do anything wrong. Them sisters gonna say, hey sis, you gotta get the car. Don't worry, I'll take you home. You too drunk to drive. Leave the car here. You understand?
That's right.
This is what our sisters do. This is what the sisters do in this school. You understand? Go ahead, read.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 12.
Yeah.
She will do him good and not evil.
Damn right.
All the days of her life.
How many?
All the days of her life.
This don't sound like no woman who just left her man. That virtuous woman right there don't sound like no woman who left her man. She said she gonna do him good, whether the demon is on her back, whether she's upset, whether she's emotional, whether she don't feel good, whether she's on her flower. What did that? Read that last one again.
All the days of her life.
She gonna do good by that man all the days of her life until she dies. That's a real vow to a man. That's a real oath to your partner that I'm gonna do you good all the days of your life. You know what comes out of a woman that's like that? Great kids.
Damn right.
A great mother. The same mothers that we honor in here came from this scripture right here.
That's right.
They came from being a virtuous woman that loves their husband and will love them to death. You hear how we always say it, man, I love you to death. It be your niggas on the block that say it too, don't it? I love you to death, man. And then be the one who shoot him in his head the next day.
It's a lock it when you go away and that with your baby mama and kids.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it. You understand? Breathe.
Verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands.
This woman right here, man, she worked willingly with her hands. She ain't afraid to go and get a job, man, and help her family out. It's hard enough for a black man, a Hispanic man, North American Indian man to survive in today's economy. Of course, they raising everything up. The Lord brought on COVID-19. Get a Lord in here. The Lord brought on COVID-19, and there's the oppressor don't even know how to survive in a time where it's hard to get food. Well, guess what? We've been doing it for 500 years. Thank you. We appreciate the knowledge, oppressor.
That's right.
You understand? The oppressor didn't know that when this COVID-19 hit. You understand? They were going to be be down in the same situations that a lot of these black communities was put in. You don't know how to deal with it. Thank you again. I appreciate it, oppressor, because we know how to deal with it.
That's right.
So you got to understand one thing. A woman working with her hands and being so great with bringing in some type of income and helping out. And of course, it don't always have to be income. You know what I'm saying? You can be good with your hands and make T-shirts for your husband, so his income can gain some momentum. You know what I'm saying? Anything like that. These sisters, I'm gonna tell you. And I know I boast up on these sisters in the school all the time, and I will continue to, because y'all keep on having Mother's Day. Until y'all stop having Mother's Day, I'm gonna talk about these sisters all day.
That's right.
These sisters in here, excellent seamstress. They sewing and T-shirts and all type crocheting and braiding and all these things that are so accustomed to what blacks and Hispanics should have been doing for a long time. You can't do nothing but get these sisters a hand out.
Right.
I was having Christ. Go ahead.
Verse 14.
You got it.
She is like the merchant's ships.
You can drop that. Give me Salakia.
Second Maccabee.
Yeah, give me that second Maccabee. I ain't gonna have a lot of time on this either, but I'm about to roll this one out. I'm gonna tell you, it's so many sisters in the Bible that deserve so much honor, man. And because I don't celebrate Mother's Day, I waited specifically till today to honor these women that's in ISUPK. These women in ISUPK carry the spirit of these women in the Bible. Just like the priests and prophets of the Lord that's in ISUPK carry the spirit of the men that was in the Bible. Those prophets that was in the Bible, they are among the men in ISUPK. Same goes with those sisters that's in the Bible. Those sisters in the Bible are the same sisters that are sitting before us in ISUPK. They are virtuous sisters. Read it.
You want to start at 1?
Yeah, start at 1.
Come on, this is the book of Second Maccabees out of the Apocrypha, chapter 7 and verse 1.
You got it.
It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken.
Now 7 brothers with their mother was taken. You understand? So obviously, I don't know what happened with the father. The father, may have been killed in battle. A lot of things like that could have happened. But you can tell that these brothers had honorable father because of this story. But go ahead, read.
And compelled by the king against the law to take swine's flesh.
They were, when it says compelled, it means you were bullied. Kind of trying. They were bullying them, trying to say, look, you need to eat this pork, man. You gotta eat this swine. You see how easy it is that they just take the woman and all her kids, because there's two things about a woman. Of course, the woman is the weaker vessel. Other than this one right here, which is this one right here is one West, Salakia. We're a little bit better than everybody else. I'm sorry to tell you. But the second thing is they know that if you do anything to, affect her kids, she'll fall. She'll crumble. She'll crumble when it comes to her kids. That's how women are. Women love their children so much that they will crumble for anything to protect their kids.
Damn right.
You understand? The difference between women is women will crumble for their kids and a man will stand up. That's why you need that balance. You need the mercy, but you need the man to stand up too. Read.
And were tormented with scourges and whips.
They was tormented with scourges and whips. They would get beat down over eating pork. The king wanted to make a showcase out of them. Read.
Verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us?
Go ahead.
We are ready to die.
This brother said, man, what are you asking us to do, man? We ready to die. What are you trying to get? You know how we say, what are you trying to get out of this? What are you trying to get out of this? We ready to die. Read.
Rather than to transgress the laws of our father.
That's what you won't do. You won't be willing to die, other than transgress the laws of your forefathers. You wouldn't do this. This child said, this is what I'm going to do. This is the honor he had for his father, the one that wasn't kicked out of the house, but probably died honorably, protecting his family and protecting his people in the military of his people or something like that. This brother held on the traditions of his father. Read.
Verse 3. Then the king, being in a rage,
this king was angry. He was upset. He was in his feelings. Go ahead.
Commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot.
So this king, man, in his feelings, he said, "Go get pans and go get cauldrons, go get those things, light them up under the fire, man." You know what I'm saying? We about to make this thing hot. Go ahead.
Come verse 4, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first.
So he said, "I'm gonna cut this brother's tongue off, man. I'm gonna cut his tongue off as a torture tactic." Go ahead.
And to cut off the utmost parts of his body.
He's gonna cut off the utmost parts of his body, your hands. You know what I'm saying? The utmost is the things that are out the most. So like your hands, your feet, those types of things. Go ahead.
And the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on.
And all his brothers and his mother was looking on. You understand? Read.
Come on, verse 5.
Slacking. We got to get to this, sister, so I'm going to make this real swift. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Now when he was thus maimed and all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire.
So he was maimed. So all these his body parts that they chopped off, they cut off his tongue, they did all that. Then the king commanded that he be brought to the fire. You understand? Read.
And to be fried in the pan.
They gonna fry the brother to death, man. The brother didn't want to eat pork. This is how much the oppressor wants you to break the laws and that the Lord has given you. He will cut all your members off and fry you in a cauldron of grease. Go ahead.
Come. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus.
Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Hold on. So at this time, they didn't brought this brother. He was still alive. They cut off his members. They cut off his hands, his feet, and all these things. They probably squirting out blood. This brother is still alive. And it was a scare tactic. And they all got together with their mother. They got in the huddle with their mother and started talking. This is an honorable woman. You're going to see what an honorable woman is once you hear this, sister. Read.
Come, verse 6. The Lord God looking upon us, and in truth have comfort in us.
The mother said, the Lord thy God is looking upon us, and in truth will comfort us. Don't be scared. Don't be a coward. The Isupk tells you this all the time.
Damn right.
Now, what is my wife? What is my wife supposed to tell my kids? Is my wife supposed to tell my kids be scared? Be scared to follow the truth? Be scared to follow this thing to the death? No, my wife, if in my absence, should tell my children, let the Lord comfort you. Die for this truth.
Damn right.
That's what a good mother would do. That's what a mother that loves her child, that's what she would do.
Damn
she
right.
would say, die for the Lord. Read.
As Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying,
go ahead.
And he shall be comforted in his servants.
So now she's referencing Moses in the song that they sang. You'll be comforted during his service. That was the service of the Lord. They brought their brothers out there and that mother out there to be, example to everybody else. And the service that the Lord presented to them that day is to die for them, die for him. And they're out there ready to make sure that service gets done. Your service is not as bad as you think it is. To stop eating pork, it's not that hard. It ain't as hard as what this brother just is about to witness.
Right.
Your service to the Lord is to the death. Your oath to the Lord is to the death. Our forefathers gave an oath in the wilderness a long time ago, and the Lord is holding us to that oath. Until you come in here, you're gonna die, but you're gonna die for the world and not for the Lord. Go ahead.
Come, verse 7. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock.
So they killed the first. They brought the second to make him a mocking stock. Of course, they want to parade him in front of everybody. Go ahead.
And when they had pulled off the skin of his head,
they pulled off this brother's scalp, man. They pulled this brother's scalp off his head. Go ahead.
With the hair, They asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body?
They asked the second brother, is you gonna eat, or we gonna punish you like we just punished the first brother? Read.
Verse 8. But he answered in his own language.
He answered what?
But he answered in his own language.
Of course, they were speaking Hebrew at that time. They were speaking the same Lashwan Kodash that we teach in the school.
Damn right.
And that's why I always say that our language is a defense. If you don't understand that our language is a defense, when we start speaking Hebrew, those oppressors won't know what the hell we talking about. We gonna be in there talking about I think I'm like, what is these brothers speaking baby language? The whole time we done, good now. I'm not even gonna go any further on that, but go ahead.
Con. But he answered in his own language and said no.
Mm-hmm. He said la. He said in his own language, he said la. Go.
Wherefore he also received the next torment in order.
So he received the next torment. Go ahead.
As the former did.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou like a fury takest us out of this present life, but the king of the world shall rise, but the king of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life.
For any of you Christians who think that heaven is up there, any of you Christians who believe that heaven, hell is down there, the scripture is telling you that he's saying, I'm living this life and I'm going to die for this life. Because the king of the world is going to raise us back up. We're going to be raised back up into the earth. This is reincarnation. He knows that he's going to die, but he knows he's coming back. You understand? Read.
Verse 10. After him was the third made mocking stop.
This is the third one. Go ahead. Third son.
And when he was required, he put out his tongue.
Look, this brother's so hardcore. When he was required to come up, he just stuck his tongue out. Yeah. What are we doing? Like you don't even have to ask me. I saw what you did to my brothers, and I know you're gonna ask me to do the same thing. Here, take it. Read.
And that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully.
And then he did this too. The same way you took my brother's hands, take them. I don't need you to ask me to do it. Now I want to do it. Now I want to do it for the honor of my people, for the honor of my family, for the honor of my mother, and for the honor of my fathers and my forefathers. Take it. It's yours. You have it. Go ahead. Make it a trophy. Read.
Verse 11. And said courageously, these I have from heaven.
Go ahead.
And for his laws I despise them. And from him I hope to receive them again.
So even though you're about to kill me, these hands, of course, I received from heaven. The Lord gave me my hands, my feet, my members, everything. He gave me everything. You understand? And he despised them, which means what? When it says he despises them, it means he hates them right now. Right now, he hates his hands because he's willing to lose his hands for the Lord, for the laws and the statutes that was given to him. He hates his hands for that. I hate my hands because they're about to chop my hands off. This is what they want. The Lord gave me my hands. You can have them, but I'm keeping my integrity in the Lord. Read.
Verse 12. And so much that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pains.
So, because this brother was so courageous, the king was marveling at him, like, look, what the heck? This kid right here, man. This brother, he said he don't care about his hands. He said he hates his hands. He despises his hands. I know the king and his elders was like, man, this kid said he despises his hands, man. He don't even want his hands. Like, what can you do to a man who loves the Lord enough to hate his hands because he loved the Lord so much? He was astounded. He was like, he probably was like, I wish we had brothers like this in our army. You understand? Read.
Verse 13. Now, when this man was dead also,
so he's dead. Go ahead.
They tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner.
They mangled the fourth one. The same way they mangled him, they mangled the fourth one. Read.
14. So when he was ready to die, he said, "Thus, it is good, being put to death by men, to look for hope from God, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life."
This brother said, look, read that again, man, and let's go piece by piece with that one.
Come on, God.
Good night.
Verse 14.
You got it.
So when he was ready to die,
so he up there, he ready to die, man. He said what?
he said, "Thus, it is good, being put to death by men, to look for hope from God, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection
Go ahead.
to life."
This brother understood one thing. It was good to die for the Lord.
Damn right.
He was going to be resurrected. But guess who wasn't? That same king who thought he had power over that brother understood that the only power that was over him was the Lord. And he will die for the person who has power over him. That king couldn't raise him back up. If he would have ate that pork, if those brothers would have ate that pork, they would have died, and the Lord would have punished them in their death. But because they died an honorable death, the Lord raised them back up into the earth the way that they knew, the way that these brothers knew that they was going to be raised back in the earth for following the law, statutes, and commandments. So the joke was on the king. It wasn't on them.
Right.
They're going to die. Dying is carnal. It's a carnal thing that everybody is afraid of. But here's the problem. Everybody's afraid of death when death is the most painless thing that you have. Once you die, there's no more pain.
Right.
Why be afraid of being not in pain anymore? The part that you have to realize is, what do you do before the death? Because when you come back on this earth, you're going to be judged for the things that you've done in your prior life. If you don't come into the school and be honorable men, you're going to and not sell drugs and not kill people. When you come back in this earth, you're going to be a thug. You're going to be a gangster. You're going to keep dying until you learn your lesson.
Right.
I pray you understand. Read.
Come on, verse 15. Afterward, they brought the fifth also and mangled him.
They brought the fifth one and mangled him too. Go ahead.
Then looked he unto the king and said, "Thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible."
This brother said, "You got power over men, but your power is corruptible. Your power is through corruption, and your power can be weakened because of corruption." Read.
"Thou doest what thou wilt, yet think not that our nation is forsaken of God."
So what this brother is saying is, y'all think y'all can do whatever y'all want to us, and think that God, God ain't gonna care about his nation. You understand? Forsaking me, ignoring. You're not paying attention to. You're not here. You're not. You don't care about it. Y'all think y'all can do whatever y'all want to us. You think that the Lord ain't gonna pay back vengeance the way that he's supposed to? Good night. Read.
Come on, verse 17.
You got it.
"But abide a while, and behold, his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed."
He said, stick around a little bit. Abide a while. Stick around a little bit. And you'll see what the Lord gonna do to you and your seed. Who is the seed of the king? The seed of the king right now is the so-called oppressor, the so-called white man.
Right.
The Caucasian man. This is the king that is torturing them in the Maccabees. And he said, the Lord is going to get vengeance on you and your seed. This is another way that you know that reincarnation is real. Because how will Christ get his vengeance on him and the seed if he ain't coming back to reap the punishment?
That's right.
He's going to get his punishment too. Even Christ said when he was on the tree, when he was being crucified, he said, I'm saying, no, the ones who was scourging him, he said, I'm gonna get my vengeance on them. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get my lick back too. How you gonna get his lick back unless this brother is gonna come back into the earth? You understand? Read.
That's right. Come on, verse 18. "After him also they brought the sixth, who being ready to die said, Be not deceived without cause. For we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our God.
This brother said they brought the 6 where he said, man, don't be, look, our cause is this, man. We're going to suffer this because we love our Lord. We love our God. We care about God. Read.
Therefore, marvelous things are done unto us.
So marvelous, what does it mean to be marvelous? For marvelous things to be done to you. It's, when you say, I marveled at this, it's like, wow, really? Like, this is crazy. Things is marvelous is something that's not normal. It's something that you don't normally see. They were doing some things to these brothers that you don't normally see. You don't normally see a brother get his tongue and his hands cut off and fried inside of a pot.
Right.
These are some torturous things that they were doing to these brothers. Read.
Verse 19.
You got it.
But think not thou that takest in the hand to strive against God,
Go ahead.
that thou shalt escape unpunished.
Don't think because you think your might, you can fight against God, and then you won't get punished at the end of it. You're gonna take your hand, you're gonna take your might and think that you can do something towards God. He's not gonna punish you. This is a war offense that you killing these brothers. It's a war offense that you killing these brothers because they not breaking the law.
Right. This
is a war. This is a war offense to the Lord. Don't think that you're gonna get away with it. That's why I tell blacks, Hispanics, North American Indians today, what the oppressor has done to us is a war offense to the Lord. The things that they've done to us, COINTELPROs and Planned Parenthood, and hell, all the way to Flint, Michigan, with the water not having adequate water in Flint, Michigan. That is a war. That's war against the Most High. He's gonna pay you back for it. You think because you're still living good, still looking good at your high rises, that the Lord ain't gonna pay you back? Your world is crumbling right now. Your world is crumbling. Russia, China, Africa, all of them are getting together to crumble this whole world as we see it. It's the end of the world as we know it.
That's right.
And when Christ returns, it's gonna be game time. It's gonna be game
right.
on. You understand?
Right. Verse 20. But the mother was marvelous above all.
Look, this is the reason I brought this whole story out. This mother right here, she was marvelous about. When it says she's marvelous, it said this is something I've never seen before. You marvel at things that are not something that's normal and it's an abnormal thing.
That's right.
They said this mother was marvelous above all. She was more marvelous than the first son who stuck his tongue out. She was more marvelous than the second son who stuck his tongue in his wrist out. She was more marvelous than all of those sons. Why was she so marvelous? Read.
And worthy of honorable memory, for when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day.
Start that at the top again.
The book of 2nd Maccabees.
Started that verse you was at.
That verse. But the mother was marvelous above all, and worthy of honorable memory.
And worthy of what?
Honorable memory.
I know the world teaches you that Mother's Day means that you honor this woman who has done so much things to, dedicate her life to her children. And even though your father isn't in the household anymore, she deserves this honor and this care and these flowers and all these things. But this mother is the one who deserves to be honored.
That's right.
Your mother has not done enough to be honored in this world. It's your job to raise your children, but to raise your children like that, that's an honorable mother. To raise your children with morals that says, I will not go against my father. In the beginning, it said, these are the laws of my forefathers, and they won't go against them. Their mother taught them not to go against their father. Mother's Day teaches you to go against your father. Is anybody understanding the concept? So why are we celebrating Mother's Day for, a tradition that means the opposite of what the Lord has given us our mothers for? Our mothers are here to protect us. That is protection.
Damn right.
That's protection. You look at it as the children all died. How is that protection? The children all died. how's that protection to you, Car? If she went and told all her kids to die, how's that protection?
It's a lot, sir. If I could, this the thing. What she did, like you said earlier, when she raised them by honoring their father, they understood that this is the more honorable way to die, to show that we got the protection of the Lord, regardless of what you think you can do to us in a carnal sense.
Damn right.
So what this sister did, these sisters, it's sir. These sisters worried about taking you to child support. This sister sat there and watched all 7 of her sons be killed in front of her. For some, it's simple to this king as eating a piece of swine's flesh.
Yep.
But when I finish reading the rest of this,
I know
there's no way these sisters. You have to be a hell of a. This sister was one West.
She was.
You got to be a hell of a sister to do this.
Good night.
You got to be a hell because we reading, but imagine being in that situation. It's all kind. You got demons on you in that moment. Saying, hey, you don't have to die. Just eat that little piece. They stood fast and honoring these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah, right. And that's the point. This is the reason why, this scripture was brought out. A brother definitely. I talked to a brother yesterday, and the brother was like, man, and we was just having a conversation. This tell you how the Lord put things on. Uses brotherhood as a weapon. I'm talking to the brother, and I'm like, man, I got class tomorrow. And the brother was like, man, ain't nothing like the sister in the Maccabees, second Maccabees. I'm like, good night. I said, that goes exactly along with it. Not only does it go along with it, this is a brotherhood class. This teaches you brotherhood, but it also teaches you the mothers in the world that should be honored.
Damn right.
This is killing 2 birds in 1 stone.
Damn right.
This sister was a great sister. Read.
Come on. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of 1 day, she buried with a good courage.
She saw her sons die in a 1-day range. All 7 of her sons got killed, tortured. She watched one of her sons get turned into fried Israelite, and she sat there with courage. She said, "Okay, now you killed my sons. Now it's my turn." She sat with courage. She had courage enough to understand that even though her sons was not there anymore, that she did exactly what her husband told her to do, what her foreparents told her to do, which is follow the law, statutes, and commandments by any means necessary, even if it teaches you through death. You have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. She loved the Lord more than she loved the white man. She loved the Lord more than she loved herself, because that wasn't selfish. That is the most selfless act you can do, is go rally your kids together and say, we all dying today, but you're not putting that pork in your mouth. We're all dying. That's honorable. Read.
Come. Because of the hope.
Because of the what?
Because of the hope that she had in the Lord.
Because of her hope that she had in the Lord. This is the reason why we honor her today. We won't honor real mothers. We're gonna honor mothers who's willing to sacrifice everything that she feels, every demon that's on her back. She's willing to sacrifice them for the Lord, just like this sister did. This sister sacrificed everything she felt for the Most High.
Right.
Read.
Come, verse 21. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language.
She talked to every single one of these brothers in their own language. All 7 of her sons, which meant they didn't speak Roman. It was her own language. It was Hebrew.
Damn right. Filled with courageous spirits.
Filled with courageous spirits. Not cowardice spirits. Not something saying, just eat it. Go ahead, just eat the pork, baby. I don't want to lose you. She felt that if she gave her sons that type of cowardice spirit, when it came back, they'll have the same cowardice spirit when the Lord raised them up again.
Right.
She'd rather them die like men than live like a coward. Read.
And steering up her womanish thoughts.
The brother just said she was dealing with all them demons. She was steering up her woman's thoughts. You know what a woman's thoughts is. These my babies. That's my son. I'm watching him die. I'm supposed to protect him. I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to do that. She's steering up her woman's feelings and her woman's emotions. But she conquered it. She conquered it for the Lord. And that's what you sisters need to do when that brother get another woman. Although your brain is going to be saying he got another woman, the Lord says he can have another woman. Stop letting your demons win. Right. Stop letting the demons defeat you because you're allowing your your brain to take over your spirit. Stop doing it, sis. Read.
With a manly stomach.
With a manly stomach. What does that mean? What does it mean? Go ahead.
It's a lie, sir. She didn't give a. I hold the last word, but I'm pretty sure the audience know where I was going with
Look,
that.
this sister, even though she was those demons was on her, she ate it like a man would eat it. Like a man would eat death to his children. We eat it. We know our children are bad, and if they in gangs, they're gonna get killed. We eat the death. Women take death a whole lot different than men do. Women take death like it's the end of the world. Men take death like I gotta be strong. I gotta be strong for everybody. That's how men take it. This woman took those deaths. She stomached it like a man, according to the Bible. Read.
She said unto them, 22, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb.
She said to these children, I can't tell you how all 7 of y'all came into my womb. I can't tell you that. Read.
For I neither gave you breath nor life.
I wasn't the author of you having breath or life. I didn't create that. You understand? I only incubated it. You lived in me, but I didn't give it to you. Read.
Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you.
Neither was it her that even formed these members that they just allowed everybody to chop off. Of course, the same way they said the Lord gave me these members, she's saying to them, I didn't form these. Read.
Verse 23. But doubtless the creator of the world.
The creator of the world, of course, is the Most High. Read.
Who formed a generation of man.
Who formed a generation of man, which is started at Adam and went all the way up into blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians today. That is the generation of man. The generation of man is the book of the Bible that started with Adam and Eve, and is now us. It went through King David, it went through Christ, and now you have the generations of man. Read.
And found out the beginning of all things.
Go ahead.
Will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again.
He said, if this ain't a reincarnation of scripture, I don't know what it is.
Damn right.
He said, this ain't God, who is the most high power, who gave you your members, who put you in my womb. He's gonna give you breath and life again. This is what the scripture said. He said he's gonna give you breath and life again, which means you're gonna be back. You're coming back. Y'all think heaven and hell is up there and down there. Heaven and hell is a condition on earth. These brothers died for the Lord, and they're gonna get breath. They got breath again, and when they get breath, they're gonna be in the kingdom. I don't see no way that these brothers can't be reincarnated into another prophet, another priest, and not be in the kingdom.
Damn right.
I just don't see it. Read.
As ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake.
You don't regard yourself for his law's sake. The world does. The world follows Mother's Day. We don't. We'll die to not follow Mother's Day. We'll die to not eat pork. We'll die to not love our brothers like we love ourselves. We'll die for these things.
That's right.
Because we love the Most High. Read. That's it.
That's it on that, sir. Start getting real heavy.
It's go to the part where she died.
When she died.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and let the sister get her glory. It's real. It's a brief scripture.
I'm gonna find it right now. So it's a lock here. Khan, verse 27.
We're gonna jump down to 27. This is when this sister got her honor. Read.
Khan. But she bowed herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn.
So she bowed. Not only did she bow down to this king, man, this brother who just killed 7 of her children. She bowed down to this damn Edomite and laughing at him, waiting for her scourging, waiting for her to get what she's supposed to get.
Right.
Read.
Khan. Spake in her country language.
She spoke in Hebrew. The king didn't know what the hell she was saying, probably, but she spoke this in her own country's language. Read.
On this manner, O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. 28. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that God made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise.
Damn right. And this sister said, look, even though you didn't get the education you needed, even though you didn't get all the things that you were supposed to get, look up to the Most High, because the Most High has given you everything that you needed to go through this process that you went through today. Sometimes you are the example. Christ was the example. Christ came and died for every Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian on the face of the earth. He was an example. The most righteous men in the Bible were an example, but also the most righteous women. You understand? This sister, she deserves the honor that I'm giving her, and I pray that the rest of y'all give her today. Is anyone on that? Go ahead. Let's do it.
Sir, we got to get these last.
Let's breeze through it.
Khan, verse 29. Fear not this tormentor.
Don't fear this tormentor. Don't fear this oppressor. They beating us down today. Don't fear them, sis. Don't fear these oppressors, brothers. That's no in the truth. Don't fear them. They ain't got no power. Read.
Khan. But being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death.
Being worthy of your brethren, loving your brothers, take the death, man. Because you love your brothers, take the death.
Damn right.
You understand? It's hard being in the truth. It's hard being in the school. But if you love your brothers the way you claim to love your brothers, take the death out. It's easy. Just take it. Put your hands out, let them chop it off, and throw you in the damn cauldron. These brothers did it. Read.
That I might receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren.
That when you die, this sister said that when you die, that because of the mercy of the Lord, she may receive her sons back. She may receive them all and get that same love and feeling that she got from them before they died. This is why she wanted them to follow the Lord. Read.
Khan, verse 30. Whilst she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses.
This sister said, what are you waiting for? I'm not going to eat this pork. I'm going to follow the law that my forefathers told me to follow, to not eat pork. What are you waiting for? Like, why am I sitting here still? Just take me out. Read.
Khan, verse 31. And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of God.
He said, whatever you did towards us, man, all this mischief you done towards us, you ain't going to escape God for that. Read.
Verse 32. For we suffer.
We suffer today. Read.
Because of our sins.
And we understand that because of our sins, we suffer in this nation. We suffer. But there's some righteous people who are doing the will of the Lord. And it took for these brothers and that sister, even in the sin of all of their people, to do the will of the Lord, to be able to get the Lord's favor. Read.
Khan, verse 33. And though the living Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction,
even though the Lord is going to be a little mad at us, and He testing us in the ISUPK every single day.
Damn right.
You understand? This is the test. You understand? He's still gonna be testing us for a little while. He's gonna be angry for a little while. We'll feel the wrath. This is why these brothers have to endure to the end.
That's right.
Because the Lord is gonna continue to test us until He determines that we don't need to test anymore. Read.
Yet shall He be at one again with His servants.
Yet will He be one again with His servants. You understand? That's it on that?
That's it on that.
That, I'm passing class over to priest and officer 500 car. Shalom.